Hello, welcome to Let's Go There Kush. Today, I'm going to go straight to the point. It's a rebuttal to Kaeytlyn Hunt. I hope I pronounced your name well, because if I don't pronounce your name well, I'm afraid you may come after me as, I don't know, what else will you call me this time? Perhaps a narcissist or whatever. Okay, I'm going to read out your points one after the other, and I'm going to just respond. You started by calling me a bigot because you responded to my videos where I was talking about the 100 gays who were caught in Delta State, and I was explaining that point and saying that none of them were bold enough to even claim that this is who they are. In case you don't know, this is Nigeria, and in Nigeria we have what is called the rule of law. Yes, we have our internal problems as Nigerians, but we also have our rule of law, and then again we have our customs, we have our traditions, we have our beliefs as a people, and we do have our religion. Nigeria is known as a very religious country. You're either a Christian or you're a Muslim, or you belong to the African traditional religion. Okay, so that is who we are. That is how we define ourselves in Nigeria. Of course, there are people who fall in between different. We have many other religious beliefs and practices in Nigeria, but majority is what we're talking about, and the majority falls within these three categories. And in Nigeria, we have our beliefs, our way of life, and you cannot define for us and determine how we should live our lives. Yes, we were colonized by the British. We didn't choose the colonization. Yes, it was forced down our throats, but we got our freedom. And in our freedom, we speak. And we speak to you, Kaeytlyn Hunt, or whoever it is that you are. We will not have you define for us how we live our lives, and we will not have you define our religious beliefs for us. That's said and done. Let me address the issue of bigotry. I hope you know what it means. That is a very strong word, and you defining or describing me as a bigot, actually, when I read everything that you wrote, you actually indirectly described yourself as a bigot, and I will tell you why. You stated that God made everyone exactly as they are. Well, I am a Christian, and I say all the time, unapologetic about who I am and what I believe. I am a Christian, and my Christianity tells me that God made them male and female. If you don't know where that is, go to Genesis chapter 1, start from verse 26 down to 31. It will tell you that this same God made them male and female. It is very specific. There is no mistake about it. And then secondly, I am a Bini woman. Where I come from, we believe you are either male or you're female. Our ancestors believe so. And that is why in Nigeria, as Nigerians, we all have our ethnic groups, we all have our culture, we have our traditions, we have our customs. We understand that you are either male or female. Our forefathers didn't go to a formal school and have a formal education, but they knew enough to know that you are either male or you're female. The other thing you address me as is my traditional and cultural beliefs. You described it as genocidal beliefs and claim to be a part that if I want to be part of a global market, I cannot continue to cling to such beliefs. You are wrong. A lot of Nigerians are all over the world doing mighty and great things, and we hold on dear to our culture and our beliefs. And my culture does not say you should hate somebody. My culture says this is who I am. I am proud of who I am. I stand by what I believe in. I am proud to proclaim it. And it was on that premise I challenged those 100 gay, allegedly, to come out and claim who they are or who they believe that they are. They are the ones who decided to go do a gay wedding in a country that says you cannot. If you are gay, you are bisexual, you are asexual, you are pansexual, whatever sexual orientation that you believe, it is your choice, but it should be private to you. It is your choice. You don't see straight people on TV shouting, I am straight, come to me, I'm straight. No. Or we are coming for your children, we are straight. There is no such thing. It is you who are the abnormal, who are the aberration, who has decided that you want to shout it to the rooftop that this is who you are. And everybody is saying, that's your choice. Keep it to yourself. We don't scream ours on the rooftop. What makes you think you have that right to do what you want to do? If you have that right, you have to realize that I also have the right. The other thing you said is that there should be equality for all humans, male, female, anywhere in between. And of course, you went ahead to start listing the whole spectrum, because it's a spectrum now. LGBTQ plus, and there are more pluses coming. Yes, I agree with you. There should be equality for everybody, which means there should be equality for gays, there should be equality for pansexual, there should be equality for lesbians, and also there should be equality for pedophilia. A lot of you scream your head off when you hear pedophilia. Why? You have forgotten that it is the same argument, the exact same argument that you have, that the pedophilia has. They believe they were born that way. If you believe that you were born gay, what moral justification do you have to tell somebody who believes he was born a pedophiliac? That's what moral justification do you have to negate what they are saying? And so we who are straight, we who have chosen to believe that you are male or female and there is no in between, have stood on the premise that the moment you begin to deviate and to accept all other sexual orientation, you cause confusion and there is no end to it. The moment you stretch that limit, the limit does not have an end. The limit continues to expand and you cannot define where it stops. It leads to chaos. It leads to chaos. And now we have trans age. We have trans many things. Everybody is transing something. Everybody is now suddenly trans something. So a man who is 67 years old can wake up today and suddenly tell you that he wants to be 11 years, that he feels he's 11 years. Isn't that confusion? And then you stand and say, no, it's not possible. Why do you say it's not possible, but you claim to be gay? You claim to be gay. Your claim is premised on the fact that you don't feel like the way you were born. You were born male, for instance, but you feel female. Hello? He's 67, but he doesn't feel 67. He feels he's 11. So how do you counter that? On what grounds do you stand when you talk about these things? When you welcome confusion, you must be ready for chaos. When you welcome the wind, be ready for the wild wind. And that is exactly where we are. And so when I come out and I say, oh, this is confusion, we need to talk about it, we need to find solutions, it doesn't make me a bigot. It just means I'm bold enough to speak where a lot of people choose to be silent. And if you don't want to call it boldness, you can call it whatever you like. But you don't give me names and call me a bigot when you can't even stand it. You're calling me a bigot because I say, this is not normal, we should look for solutions. This is not normal, we should help these people. There's something called tough love, in case you've never heard it. There's something called tough. I love you, but I do not accept that this is real. Because I'm not going to live in your madness. I'm not going to live in that, your loop, that loop where you live and believe that things that are not real should be called real. Okay, then you also said that there should be, you equated skin color with sexual orientation and said that no one ever feel ashamed, no one should ever feel ashamed for being who they are. And that is true. When you speak and you speak to a black woman and tell the woman about equality, I can tell you I agree. First of all, I'm a woman, so we understand equality so well and inequality so well. And then I'm black. And so I can tell you on two platforms that yes, I understand what it means to be treated as an unequal partner or as an unequal person when it comes to race. So I can understand that. But when you bring that argument into sexual orientation, you've completely lost me. You've completely lost us, because there is no basis for comparison. None whatsoever. Sexual orientation is your choice. You chose. Don't tell me you were born that way. Where did you learn that science? Who gave you that science? Can you prove it scientifically that you were born that way? We have always known that there's no such thing. Biologically, at the cellular level, you are either male or you're female. You either have XX or you have XY. There is no in between. There is no in between. I've heard people come and tell you, oh, but we've heard of this intersex. Remember when we were growing up, we used to hear of hermaphrodites, and we'll laugh and say, yeah, even at the cellular level, they express either as male or as female. And for those where I think there was once a situation where they had XXX and XYX and XYX and XXX or XXY or something like that, that is an aberration. I repeat, that is an abnormal. That is not a situation that is normal. That is not a regular situation. And we have it all over nature. So many things happen that we are not able to understand. The other day we heard of a child that was born that was having a human head but had the body of a goat. Is that normal? Do we then normalize that? And they were able to trace it to bestiality. Hello, I hope you also know that they have joined the LGBTQ plus spectrum and agenda. But a lot of you don't want to accept that. No, it's not true. It's not normal. If you want us to accept gay as normal, if you want us to accept lesbianism as normal, then you are also telling us that we should accept bestiality as normal. That we should also accept that, oh, it's normal to be a pedophiliac. That is what you're saying. Because the argument, I repeat, is the same. Go read it up. And I can speak to you, not just as somebody who is a content creator, but as someone who is a biochemist. A lot of people don't know that. I don't talk about it. But I am a biochemist. I read it. I know what I'm saying. When I explain to you that biologically, this is not possible. I don't care what the popular narrative is. Some of us went to school. And we understand that this is an aberration. You don't like it. It doesn't feel good to you when you hear it. You have been sexually indoctrinated into something that is wrong. When are we going to wake up and accept it? I'll give you an example. Okay, I'm not done. I think at the end of the day, there's something I'm going to say that you should listen to. It will do you a little bit of good. You ended your diatribe by claiming to be born that way. Okay, yes, I think that's where you ended. And you said you were born that way. No, you weren't. I repeat, no one is born gay. No one. Go back to your cellular level. I repeat, you are either male or female. Your chromosomes are either XX or XY. So in other words, you are either male or you're female. That you don't feel like it doesn't change who you are. And that's my problem with this LGBTQ++ thing. You know why? I'll give you a reason. Why are you, because I need to ask certain questions. Why are you trying to normalize an aberration? Why are you trying to normalize a sickness? To me, I think it's a sickness. Maybe I'm being too harsh. Like I said, it's tough love. I love you. You're a human being. So I have no choice but to love you. And yes, I do. A lot of us do actually. But the fact that you just won't listen to reason X. Why do you think we don't love you? We don't understand you. Do you even want to be understood? That's the question. Because I'll give you an example. Is cancer normal? I ask again. Is it normal to have a condition of conjoined babies? Is it normal? Should we normalize it? Or have you not heard that you have babies who are born and they are joined together? Or have you not heard that people develop all manner of cancers here and there? Leukemia, you have cancer of the liver, cancer of kidney, cancer of everything. Is it normal? Has science been able to explain it? But we see it as a sickness. We see it as an abnormality. We all accept that it is an abnormality. Why then do you think that I should accept that being gay is normal? You need to be able to explain it to me. Has science been able to definitively explain why we have conjoined twins? Do they have a cure? They can't even explain it. How do they have a cure for something they can't explain the origin? Well, what do? We do surgery to try to separate these twins. That's what they do. And sometimes when you look at the organs that are conjoined, it's too delicate. So our scientific discovery and technology has not gotten to that point where we can go ahead and do such surgery, because it's still too delicate, it's too fragile, it's still difficult, it's still in that difficult terrain. But do we keep advancing? Do we keep searching for answers? Yes, we do. And that is where I stand. Because when it comes to being gay, it's not real, it's not normal. More and more people today are identifying as in the LGBTQ world. Why? Because we have come to the point of complacency. We just let people be. Whatever will make them happy, we make them happy. So what if what makes you happy makes me sad? Hello? What if what makes you happy makes me sad? Don't I count? Don't our traditions and our customs and our beliefs and our culture, doesn't it count? What you're saying is that as long as you're happy, that's all that matters. That's not true. That is devilish. Because somebody can just go about killing people and say that what makes him feel good without considering the right of another person. But you are speaking and telling me that I'm not considering you. The truth is, I'm considering you and telling you, look, I understand that you believe that you are gay. And that's fine. That's you. That's what you want to believe. That's okay. But you can't make me believe what you believe. If that is what you believe, I'm happy for you. I'm really, really happy for you. You can be that way. But when you are in my space, you need to accept that. I don't have a problem with you being that in your space, but you can't be that in my space. If you want me to respect you in your space, that you're gay, that you're a lesbian, that you are pansexual, that you are asexual, that you are bisexual, or whatever it is that you want to identify as, why can't you accept that in my own space? This is my country, and our law says you can't be gay. If you want to be gay, there are other climes that accept that. Nobody's going there to fight them. We are saying don't shove it down our throats here. We don't accept that. We don't even buy the so-called science, the new pseudoscience that is trying to normalize it. You know why? Because when it comes to the foundation, it makes no sense. It has no foundation actually to stand on. When we know that biologically, at the cellular level, you are either male or you're female. I think what we should do is begin to ask ourselves, what do we do? How do we help this person? How do we get them to understand that just because you don't feel it doesn't mean you are not? I mean, you got two eyes. I don't feel my eyes sometimes, but I got the eyes. Okay, and I wrote something down. Say perhaps you're a Darwinian, then you might be tempted to call it evolution, because that's what some people are calling it. We're evolving. Okay, your hands have not evolved. It's only your sexual parts that are evolving, or your sexual orientation that is evolving. I thought evolution was physical, not attached to a feeling. Because some people are like, we're just evolving, we're trying to try new things. That's not evolution then. That's a choice you have made. So when we talk about the issue of conjoined twins, I'm going to go back there. We now do surgery, to separate these twins. And when it comes to cancer, there is still no known cure for cancer. I hope you know that chemo doesn't work. Chemo works to an extent, but it's not like a cure. That you know that when I go and do this chemo, I will be cured. It is not a cure. It's a treatment, but it's not a cure. It's like when you take anti-malaria, you know that it's gonna cure this malaria, but you are not sure when you do chemo, when you do radiation, that it's going to cure you. Okay, but it's a form of treatment. You try it, and there are other treatments people try. People just keep on trying. And that's my issue. If we keep trying to cure this cancer, we've tried so many things, global efforts to try to get a cure for cancer. We've not been able to do that. We're still trying. People keep trying. People keep pushing. And people are trying to get the solution to cancer. Why have we stopped trying to get solutions to people who suddenly wake up and feel gay? Why? Why are we accepting it as the norm? Because you now say, because today when you call somebody and say, somebody tells you I'm gay, and you're like, what's that? They look at you like, oh, you're a bigot. You're not a bigot. You're just a normal person who's not understanding what this new thing is all about. You're just a normal person who is not understanding what this abnormality is all about. Because it is what it is. It is an abnormality. We should accept that and move on. Don't let people call you a bigot. Bigot for what? That I don't understand what you're saying? I have listened to a lot of their arguments. It makes no sense. Because first of all, life is not about how you feel. I don't feel male. I don't feel like a woman. What is my concern? I don't want to have menses every month. But I do. I deal with it. I don't feel like... I've not seen any woman who wants to be disturbed monthly with her circle. But we deal with it. We do. What woman have you seen who likes labor, but when she's in labor, she deals with it? She does whatever it is that she can do to get out of that situation. So why are you asking me, or why are you forcing me to accept that people are gay? People have cancer. We're looking for solutions. We're praying. We're doing everything, scientific research, all manner of things, just to find solutions. Why are we giving up on the gay community? Why are we not helping them to find solutions? Why are we accepting them and affirming the abnormal? I hope we are also ready to affirm pedophilia and bestiality, because I hope you know they've joined. When you start with one compromise, you continue. Compromise never stops. It's just like a lie. When you tell one lie, you need another lie to cover that lie. That is where we are. So now we have, it was LG before. Now we have LGB. Now we have LGBT. Now we have LGBTQ. And now plus. And then more pluses are coming. I hope you know that more pluses are coming. So it's not a matter of hate. Hate what? How do you want to hate somebody? This is a human being. It has nothing to do with hate. Let nobody box you into a corner and make you feel like, oh, you are hating on somebody. I don't hate anybody, man. I don't even have the capacity to hate. Because the truth is, we're all human beings. We all got one issue or the other. I may not be gay. That may not be the issue I'm dealing with. But I have my own personal issues. So hating you for what? It has nothing to do with hate. It has to do with telling the truth. You cannot be afraid to tell somebody that, hey, I understand how you feel, and I feel you, bro. I feel you, girl, but it doesn't change the truth. And the truth is, you're born male or female. I didn't say so. Your chromosome said so. You're XX or you're XY. We have the issue of intersex. That is an aberration. Go read the scientific records. Things happened. Just the way you have conjoined twins. You can't explain it. But is that normal? Why haven't we said, okay, now we have all manner of children. We have male children, female children. They're conjoined children. If you are going to accept gay, you must accept conjoined babies as normal, because they are all on the same argument. They are the same. We can't explain why children are born conjoined, and we can't even explain further why 70% of them are female. Or you don't know that? There's so many things that science can't explain. It doesn't mean it has become normal. And so when Kaeytlyn Hunt, I hope I pronounce your name well. Anyhow, I've done my best. Because if I call my name, I don't think you can pronounce my name. And I'm black. I owe you no explanation for that. If you can't pronounce my name well, why should I kill my head trying to pronounce your name well? So anyway, number one, Kaeytlyn Hunt. I'm no bigot. I'm just saying it the way it is. You're not gay. Or, no, I rephrase that. There's no such thing as born gay. Okay? Just accept it and move on. And let's deal with the real situation, the real thing, which is what is wrong. What is wrong with you? Or what has gone wrong with you? We should be bold enough to ask those questions. And it doesn't mean I'm condemning you. You may not even be responsible for what has happened to you. Have you heard that most of those people who are transgender, who have done the gender reaffirming surgery, are committing suicide? You know why? Because they realized that that was not the answer. Why aren't we talking about that? Why do we keep pushing down one lane that is leading to destruction? Why are people keeping quiet? People are afraid. Oh, I don't want to be censored. Oh, I don't want them to do this to me. Look, life is just one. You have to stand for something. Stand. Be a man, be a woman. Stand up for something. I really don't care if you see me as a bigot, because the truth is, I'm not. I know that, and that's all that matters. I love you. I've worked with gay people. I've worked with all manner of people. And never one, not even one of them will look at you and like, you're calling her gay. I mean, a bigot. They'll be laughing. So telling you the truth is like saying telling the truth to power. It doesn't mean you're hurtful or hateful or a bigot or you're whatever or you're a narcissist or you're whatever it is you want to call me. It simply means that you're bold enough to say, look, I understand all these arguments, but let's just cut down to the nitty-gritty. And that is that biologically you are male or you're female. Let's even examine this even further. These people who claim to be transgender, what are they changing their gender to? Have you seen anyone that changed to male female or female male? Have you seen anyone that switched the gender to be something in between? They're either male changing to be female or female changing to be male, which means what? You're either male or you're female. So they understand. And guess what? When they are changing, they usually change it to that sexual organ that they prefer. Which means we identify that this is the sex and this is a gender. This one is gender, this is sex. You know, we have gone to the point where we now separate between sex and gender. When we were growing up, we just thought sex was gender was another word for sex. Now we realize that, oh, sex is what you're born as, gender is what you identify as. And we are saying, no, that's not true. That's really not true. You can't choose to identify as something. If you want to choose to identify as female when you were born male, then please let us also accept that they choose to be pedophiliacs. That means they have chosen, they have believed, and so we must accept it, that they choose to sleep with goats and sheep, and they choose to sleep with snakes, they choose to sleep with dogs. It's their choice. It's how they were born. You're not accepting that. Why do you want me to accept that you are female biologically, but you choose? Someone said, oh, they were born that way. Like, please explain what you mean by born that way. They were born male. If you're male, you got a sex organ that is male. dangling in between your legs, you're male. Why can't you just... I've seen men who growing up, they were very sensitive, they were very quiet, they loved, dainty things, the way girls love. That doesn't make them, I was talking to someone. Do you realize, because he was arguing with me, and I'm like, look, let me tell you, do you realize I was a tomboy growing up? He was shocked. I'm like, oh, so you're shocked that I was a tomboy growing up? But look at me now. Look at me now. He was looking at me like, that's what I'm telling you. You see this confusion you are having? It's confusion. Okay? As you are, there's nothing wrong with you. It's just in your mind. Something has messed up your mind, honey, and you need to fix it. And we need to know what has messed up your mind. Like what's happening in schools right now, where we have our children being taught all of these things. You are sexually indoctrinating those children into the abnormality, into an aberration, because you are teaching them that this is an option. Why are you giving them options out of reality? The reality is you're male or female. Let them grow up as either male or female, as they express, as their organs express. And then you say, oh, but what about those boys who were bullied in school? They were always acting as girls. Duh. Don't we have girls who act as boys? We have tomboys. Does that make them any less female? Why do we bring so much confusion? Why do we celebrate confusion? And so, Kaeytlyn Hunt, I told you, I asked you to come. Let's have this conversation. Because I'm not afraid to state what I believe and who I am. There's nothing wrong with it. And if you believe that you're gay and it's normal, come, let's have a conversation. You don't just write and run away. You come and we have this conversation, because each person needs to be able to speak their mind. You see, when people now speak and say, no, we don't accept this gay thing. You say, oh, you're a bigot. You are a bigot. Who told you that? Okay, I don't accept this. That makes me a bigot. I'm sorry, I can't accept it. It doesn't make sense. I watched this documentary. I think everybody, I'll recommend it for you, Kaeytlyn Hunt. You need to go watch that documentary. What is a woman? The day you're not able to define womanhood, that's a sad day. Now people tell you, oh, that birthing person, that's an insult. And you see women referring to themselves as, I'm a birthing person. Like, oh God, man, there's something wrong with you. You're a birthing person. You're going to accept that man who has no idea what menstruation is suddenly a woman. You're going to accept some man in your bathroom dangling his thing in between his legs, coming to use the same bathroom with you, with your children, with your 9-year-old, your 5-year-old. What is wrong with us? I'm not going to accept that. And if that makes me a bigot, so be it. I'm sorry. I can't accept things that don't make sense. And then, when I see an African who claims to be gay, I know that you have bought this Western ideology. I don't blame Black Americans, because then again, that's the only world they've known. But you, an African, and especially if for any reason you've ever lived in Africa and then you went abroad for one reason or the other, which is your choice completely, and then you decided to buy the Western ideology, you're like somebody who looked in the mirror according to what the Bible says, and then the moment he left the mirror, he forgot how his face looked. Because firstly, there are some things we're live, so there's certain conversations that I really don't want to have for somebody to not start giving you a name, But the truth is, we understand what is happening in Africa. I mean, look at all the coups happening, and we understand. I listen a lot to a lot of their congressional hearings. We know the manipulation that has been happening in Africa. They don't like you. And then you go there, you're going to work, and in the name of going to work, you forget who you are. You forget your background. You forget where you're coming from. Africa is messed up. We are to blame, majorly, but we had help. If that help wasn't there, perhaps it won't be this bad. We are to blame. I don't blame them, really. I blame us. But we had sufficient help. More than enough help. For all the people who stood for Africa were just offed. They were just killed one by one. And then those who had no plan, no vision, were put in power. What were we thinking was going to happen? Chaos. And that's what we have in Africa. And then here we are saying, no, we don't want to continue that way. We need people who can stand and say, no, this is not true. This is not right. We need a change. And so, Kaeytlyn Hunt, I'm not afraid to tell you, I'm sorry, you're the bigot, not me. You're the one who cannot accept that I don't accept what you believe. I accept what you believe. I just don't believe in the science. I'm just saying, honey, there's something wrong with it. But you call me names and call me a bigot. And you go ahead and call my beliefs genocidal. So what my forefathers believed is genocidal. My forefathers who believed that there's only male and female, you're calling them genocidal. Who did they kill? You people in the West are the ones who has been killing all manner of people. You go to their land, you strip them of all that they have, and you take what does not belong to you. We have not called you genocidal. You have no right to call me that. And I don't care who you think you are, what you stand for, or who is backing you. I'm telling you, whole heart, you're a bigot. You are the comes to this issue of being gay. I have told Africans, and I'm telling all Africans, you need to get up and stand. If your kids are messed up, you need to get them back. You need to show them their roots. You need to explain to them that being gay is not a choice. It's not a choice that they should make. Okay? So that is where I stand, Kaeytlyn Hunt. That is my belief. That is where I stand. And then I need to also tell you something. As a Christian, it will not be complete for me to tell you that Christ died for you. I know you don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Somebody loved you enough to die for you. I don't think any of those other gay activists or the people who keep indoctrinating you into this weird way are ready to die for you. Someone already did. He loves you and he wants to help you. Just the way I also want to help you, really. If you reach out to me and you're nice about it, I will help you. If you are not even nice about it, but you are bold enough to come out and say, I need help, I will also help you. Not by my power, not by my mind, but by the Spirit of the Lord. I will help you. You know why? Because I don't hate you. The fact that you have learned something and you have believed something that is wrong does not make you a bad person. It simply means that you have believed a lie. Just like a lot of Africans have believed lies for years, and now the scales are falling off our eyes, we are realizing, hey, no, this is not true. Like I always ask people, why do we believe that Mungo Park discovered the River Niger when my great-grandfather farmed on that? He used to collect fish there, they go there, do fish farming. Why do we believe all those things? Is it true? Is it true? Do we then? We've been teaching it, have we not? But is it true? Are you trying to tell me that my grandfather is a nobody? Why do we regurgitate what the West gives us? Why do we regurgitate the nonsense that they keep throwing at us? And we want to change, and we come on social media, we're shouting, we're screaming, we don't want. You don't want, but you are living it. Does it mean that everything from the West is bad? Of course not. The fact I'm even able to talk to you is because they chose to use their brain and do something productive. And so here we have the internet. But then again, does that mean that that's where we stop? No. Does it mean that they should be able to continue to dictate our life for us? No. And so, Kaeytlyn Hunt, I challenge you. Go watch that documentary, What is a Woman? Give yourself a reorientation. You see, the science is not telling any lie. That you feel like it is not an argument. As a matter of fact, oh no, it is not an argument at all. What do you mean you feel like? I feel like giving you a hot slap. Should I? Oh, madam, thank you. He said she needs more knowledge and understanding to purge her conscience. Yes, she does. Actually, you do, Kaeytlyn Hunt. You need that orientation. You see the God you're talking about. You say God who made them that way should have said it that way. The same God that said, I made them male and female. The same God that says, I made them male and female. He's talking to you, Kaeytlyn Hunt. He made them male and female. And he's telling you, look, I made them male and female. I don't know what you're talking about. And you're saying he should accept them that way. Why? Then let's accept cancer the way it is. It is a sickness, isn't it? I mean, we can also argue that it's evolution. I mean, new cells just keep popping up, tumors here and there. It's something new. Let's just accept it. But no, we won't. Because we see it physically draining, physically whittling the person away and killing the person. And you're not, oh no, we're not going to accept this one. But because the other one has to do with the mind, we just want to accept it and wish it away. We can't. I repeat, we can't. So love means I should be able to tell you the truth. Not as defined by me, but as defined by the Word of God. If you read 1 Corinthians chapter 6, read it down. It tells you, it lists it, is so glaring. Homosexuality is a sin. Homosexuality is not accepted in God's kingdom. Does it matter that some preachers are trying to twist it and change it? No, it doesn't change it. It's one of the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah. We've always known that. We've always known that. So if God could destroy a whole country, not even one, two towns, destroy them because of this sin, what makes you think that he has changed? Haven't you read it in your scriptures? Or haven't you ever heard it, in case you don't read the scriptures at all, that he does not change? He's the same God yesterday, today, forever. Does he love you? Yes. But is he going to change or remove his standards, lower his standards for you? No. Why? Because he does not change. And he's not going to conform to you. You are the one who needs to conform. The Bible says by the renewal of your mind. You need to conform to the word, not the word conforming to you. I mean, we're over 8 billion people on earth right now, right? 8 billion people, yes. So if it means that the word needs to conform to you, it means the word needs to conform to 8 billion other people. That's 8 billion confusion, because we're all unique and different. So you see, Kaeytlyn Hunt, you need to conform to the word of God. You must conform. It's very simple. God loves you. I love you. I may not like what you are, but I love you. And that's the truth. And I did not say it to patronize you. I say it from the bottom of my heart. You see me, I came blazing. I was really straight to the point and telling you, knocking off all your points you made. And believe me, I read your whole diatribe. It was confusing. You just kept confusing yourself. A bigot, genocidal thoughts. What on earth is that? We're talking about your sexual orientation. We're talking about your beliefs. And in case you're not gay, speaking that way does not make you better than me. I'm sorry. Acceptance is not love. That I accept that you are like this does not mean I really love you. As a matter of fact, it's I who is telling you the truth that loves you, not the person who accepts you in your wrong. And so here you are, you believe that you should be gay. And I'm saying no, biologically, scientifically, there is no such thing as gay. And you say, no. It's just a feeling. And I'm telling you, we do not base life on feelings. Feelings are transient. It's like passion. You can be passionate about somebody today. And that's why you see a lot of marriages are crashing. Because, oh, I'm in love. I can't even breathe. Then you marry the person 1 month into the marriage, 3 months down the line, and you're like, oh, please, that passion is gone. You don't build anything on passion. Passion is supposed to drive you as you build what you are building, and what you are building has a foundation. It can never be passion. Passion is a driver, but the substance, the vehicle, is not made of passion. Passion is a driver. And so I tell you, Kaeytlyn Hunt, stand, look at what you have believed, juxtapose it with every scientific proof. You will come to realize that there is no such thing as gay. I repeat, there is no such thing scientifically as gay. People who are trying to twist it and change it and believe one thing or the other are the people who have chosen to accept a narrative, accept one side and forget the other side. Cellular level, you are either XX or XY. And so the fact that you suddenly feel, oh, I know I'm born male, but I feel like I'm a girl, does not change the fact that you are a male. You are biologically a male. Yes. And yes, here you are. You feel this way. Should we dispute what you feel? You're the only one that knows what you feel. So we're not disputing it. We're just saying that, okay, you feel like you're a girl. How do girls even feel? You're feeling like a girl. What makes you think that way? Because you must know how girls feel for you to believe that you are feeling like a girl. Have you ever been a girl? So what makes you think that this is how girls feel? Who told you that? Somebody must have told you that, oh, that's how girls behave. That's how girls do. Or is that you observe that, oh, this is how girls do and I like it, and so that makes you. That means those of us who were tomboys, we were observing and behaving like boys. I played ball. I loved football. I used to wear dungarees and just, bounce around like a boy. But that was a phase. It went, and then I like doing my hair and doing my makeup, and I'm a girl. So if at that point I'd seen somebody who has indoctrinated me that, oh, the way you are behaving now, that means you're a boy, do you know how confused I would have been? And that's why statistics shows that many of those people end up suicidal. Does that look like a solution to you? What we are just doing, we are affirming them in their confusion, and that confusion continues. It doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. Please, let us stop. Let's stop this madness. Let's try to help them. Let's try to help. Let's look for solutions. We need to look for solutions. Not sitting down, affirming what we know is wrong and being too scared to say the truth. What scientific book are you going to bring to prove that these people are gay? Haven't you heard the debates? The PhD holders, these ones are saying that it's true, these ones are saying it's not true, and the ones who say it's not true, listen to the conversation, listen to their theory, please listen to the argument, listen to the scientific proof. There is no such thing. And if you claim that you are, you have believed that you are, your perception, everything in life tells you that you are. Remember, you are who you believe you are. That's why you see a woman who has been abused all her life, even though she's gorgeous, but she believes she's beautiful. Her reality is that she's ugly. But when you are looking at her, you are seeing a beautiful woman. You are seeing a woman with so much potential, but she's not seeing it. Her reality is that she's ugly. Why? Because she's been told all her life that she's ugly. She's been told all her life that she's worthless. She believes she has no value. How do you help someone? That's a mental problem. And that's the issue with this LGBTQ plus spectrum and orientation. They have believed it. We understand that you have believed it, but the fact that we're bold enough to tell you that, look, you have believed this thing, but it's a lie, does not mean we hate you. It does not make us bigots. It simply means that we would like to help you. We would like for you to be broad-minded enough to listen to the other, arguments, and then see if there's a way that you can get help. So it doesn't mean that we're fighting you, we hate you. What do you mean we hate you? Has anybody come to put cutlass in your neck to fight you? Nobody's coming. That's the truth. Nobody's coming. Nobody does that anymore. We're saying, look, this isn't real. You feel it, it's not real. You can fight it. Yes, you can do it. Yes, you can. There's absolutely nothing that you put your mind to that you can't do. You can also win this. No, but for somebody to come and say, oh yeah, because she said there's no gay. Okay, now that you say I'm a bigot, okay, I'm a bigot, I agree that I'm a bigot. Next, what next? Does that solve your problem? Does that bring solutions to you? Because we need to stop this. We really need to stop this. Where we are too afraid to tell them the truth. It's like this new type of child rearing, where everything the child does is good. We are raising mediocres. People who will never strive for excellence. That's not how it was done. That's not how we raise all these geniuses. That's not how we raise all these people who are doing exploits in their various fields. You fail. Honey, sorry. Okay, what do we do better? You review the failure. There is no successful person today who never failed. At one point or the other, you were a failure. It's not Thomas Edison or who is it who did the light bulb 99 times and failed until the 100th time. Was he not the one that shouted Eureka? Because he has tried. He kept on trying. And that is my argument. If you don't feel the way you physically express, there's something has gone wrong. We need to find what went wrong so we can find solutions. Not to say, oh, are you serious? Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's fine. Let's see. I accept you like that. That's not love. That's not love. I'm sorry. I can't accept cancer. I can't accept conjunctivitis like that. So I can't accept this. I can't accept it. This is not normal. Okay? You're like, oh, well, who defines normal? Simple. Nature has defined normal. Male, female. When you see maize growing, you know that this is maize. I mean, come on. When you see maize, you know this is maize. And when you see something else happening to that maize, you know, okay, this is not normal. So nature has already told us what is normal. We've all seen it. Why do we then pretend? This is a mental issue. When you see a dog, you know that this is a dog. And then when something is wrong or something is not right, it's not presenting the way it ought to, you know that, oh, this is an aberration. This is not normal. And then you begin to seek solutions. As a matter of fact, when there is an aberration, where there is an abnormality, it behoves on us as individuals, as educated people, to begin to seek solutions, not to affirm the abnormal. You are not to affirm abnormalities. That is not love. As a matter of fact, that's wickedness. And I am not born wicked. You are to love people. You are to help people. So when you see somebody who tells you, oh, I'm gay, oh, I'm a lesbian, oh, I'm whatever, I'm pansexual. Because there's so many now. How do you know that? Wait, let's list them. There's pansexual, there's bisexual, there's asexual, there is a bestiality, there's pedophilia, there's a queer, some just are queer, there's fluid, I'm not anyone, I'm here, I'm there, I'm they. Some of them identify as they, them. One human being is either they, them. Is it okay? Well, let's continue. I don't want to make any statement. So you are they, you are them, you are us, you are there. What is that? One person. One individual. I'll give an example of this Demi Lovato. She came up one year and said she's no longer a she, she's now a he. We're like, okay. And then she came up again and said, no, I'm no longer he, I'm a they, them. My preferred pronouns are they, them. Everybody was like, okay. And then she suddenly came out again and said, no, and not the fact she, like, oh God, she's gone round. She's done the whole spectrum. She has come back to the original. She has come back to the original. And then we now have, I keep talking about this grandfather. He's a grandfather. I think he's 62 or 67. And now, as we speak, he identifies as an 11-year-old child. And today, we have trans everything. Transgender. It's no longer only gender. People now identify as trans age, trans whatever they want to be. And even people now identify as trans vegetable. This one is now a vegetable, a human being, dresses like broccoli and claims that he is now broccoli. Isn't that madness? And then you sit down there and say, there should be equality. Everybody should be able to identify as who they want to identify as. Please, who is going to identify as corn next? Or cassava? Many Africans should identify as fufu. Because in Africa, a lot of people eat a lot of fufu. Where I come from, people should identify as pounded yam. Now, let's be identified as different soups. Where are we going with this madness? When is it going to stop? Because now people are fighting for pedophilia, and it's coming from the academia. I hope you know that. The same people who brought all this madness are now fighting that we should accept pedophilia as part of the LGBTQ plus spectrum. And people are looking and too afraid to talk. No, I don't want anything that will affect me. Really. So you rather watch people perish. You rather watch people die off because you're too afraid to say the truth that this is not normal. Please, let us speak up. Let us tell ourselves the truth. And so, Kaeytlyn Hunt, I hope you have understood my own points. I don't hate you. I see you as a confused person, but I don't hate you. I see you as somebody that needs help, but I don't hate you. Hate is too strong a word. I don't really use hate in my life. Hate is too strong a word. I don't like how you present, but I am who I am. And I cannot apologize for who I am or for what I believe in. This is me. Anytime, any day. I don't believe in this LGBTQ agenda. I don't. I think they need help. The way we are looking for help, seeking help for cancer, seeking help for conjoined twins, for all these autoimmune diseases. So many things that we're searching for answers. We still haven't gotten answers. So just because there is no hard and fast rule to give to you and say this is what you do, and then you are free from your from this thing, that doesn't mean that we should accept it as the normal. I hope I've made myself very, very clear. I hope my point is very clear. If you have any other thing you want to say, you're free to. And of course, to the viewers, if you have anything you want to add, you're free to. If you don't believe in what I'm saying, if you don't accept what I'm saying, you're free to also write it there and say, oh, I don't accept it. What about this? What about that? You know why? Because that is what we are here for, to discuss. We're not fighting, we're discussing. This is where I stand. This is who I am. You can come out and say, no, I don't accept it, just the way Kaeytlyn Hunt has come. The issue I have with her is that she's giving me all manner of names, and I'm telling her, no, that's wrong. You can say your points or make your points without being negative, without trying to insult the other person. I like dialogue. Let's dialogue. Let's talk about it. This is where I stand, and I believe that there is no such thing. Or let's say, not that I really don't. I know there are people who identify as gay, but I don't accept it. Okay, I'm sorry, I don't accept it. And the fact that I don't accept it doesn't make me a bigot. I think that's the point I want to make clear. So Kaeytlyn Hunt, I don't accept the fact that you are gay, or that being gay is something that is a trend. It should not be. It's a sickness, it's a madness, it's a mental issue, and it can be treated. it can be treated. We cannot continue to have these issues. You came out blazing, you came out screaming, you came out talking that, oh, we are genocidal. I'm African. In Africa, we don't accept this LGBTQ plus spectrum because it's getting weirder and weirder by the day. You are now pansexual. You can't even fix the P into it. You are now bisexual. You are asexual. You are pedophiliacs. You are bestial. That's bestiality. You are all manner of things. And where does it stop? Now you have people who are trans age. Where does it stop? Where are we going with all of this? Isn't this confusion? Isn't this madness? That's what we're talking about. And then when I was talking about referring to that video of the over 100 gay people who came to celebrate a gay wedding in Nigeria, knowing that the laws do not accept it, that they frown at it, that there's a law actually, the 2014 Same-Sex Prohibition Act specifically prohibits same-sex marriage or anything of the sort in Nigeria, and many other African countries are coming out to say we don't accept this. It's against our custom. It has nothing to even do with the religion. The customs, the traditions, the culture rejects it. What is difficult to understand about that? This is against who we are. We don't want to accept something that doesn't just make sense to us. We have a ton of issues in Africa. We have infrastructural deficit. We have bad governance. We have corruption. We have so many things in Africa that are crying for attention. We don't want to add this confusion, because this is confusion. It is what it is. This is confusion. And people are too scared to come out and say, look, we don't want this. Why are you scared? You're afraid of somebody calling you a bigot. Well, somebody just called me a bigot. I ain't dead yet. I'm still alive. And I'm talking. And I'm saying, this is wrong. You can't foist your beliefs on us. We are Africans. Yes, you colonized us. You believe in gay. You believe in lesbians. I'm happy for you. That's your belief. But you can't force your beliefs on me. It doesn't mean that I don't work with gay people. You mean you're gay? I even saw some of them. I was with some of them yesterday. Like, you're gay, huh? Happy for you, honey. But keep it to yourself. I'm not interested. But you see, the issue now is many of them are shouting it to the rooftop. They want the whole world to be part of it. They want everybody to celebrate it. And we're saying, okay, that's where the problem is. I'm not going to celebrate madness. I'm not going to celebrate an aberration. Just the way I don't celebrate cancer, I don't celebrate conjoined twins. I mean, a child is born, twins are born, everybody should be rejoicing, and they come out as conjoined. Nobody rejoices. Nobody rejoices. Science cannot explain why they are conjoined, but people are not rejoicing. People are not accepting, oh, that's how they are, let's just accept them like that. No, nobody's doing that. Rather, we're seeking for solutions. You see the parents going to the doctor's office over and over and over. They are trying to reach an agreement. They're trying to understand the situation better and understand what is the best way forward to make an informed consent. Informed decision. Isn't that what we should be doing with this LGBTQ plus situation? Like I was telling someone yesterday, I said, look, the fact that we're very quiet in the Christian community has emboldened these people. They think that, they've seen us as too cowardly to talk. If we come out and say, look, this thing you are doing, we don't like it. Just keep it to yourself first of all. And then from there, we can now begin to deal with it and say, okay, how do we handle this? This is now normal. But because we're quiet, as a matter of fact, some of us are pretending and trying to hide our faces. And so these people they are more vocal than we, who are the majority. They're more vocal. And it's because of that a lot of those youths were bold enough to go and say they want to have a gay wedding in a country that prohibits it. Can you try that in Saudi Arabia? I keep asking, can you go to Iran and say you want to go and do a gay wedding there? Because they see us as what? Very liberal. Can you even try that in the northern part of Nigeria? You say you want to go and do a gay wedding. Because they see us here in the south, we're very liberal, we're very conservative, we try to be very complacent. We've become very complacent. We've become too complacent. And we're too cold. The ones that are not cold are just very lukewarm. What did the Bible say in the book of Revelations? Because he said, I would have preferred that you were either cold or hot, not lukewarmness. Lukewarmness, oh my God, is a disease. It's like all those diseases that infest. You are neither here, you are neither there, you are just stuck in the middle. It's a mediocre, average situation that no Christian, nobody, no adult should ever be caught in, because that is very deadly. Not just when it comes to this LGBTQ plus, it everything, every aspect of your life. And most people who are caught in it are very lackadaisical in their attitude towards life, towards everything. And so for me, I've said my piece. Kaeytlyn Hunt, thank you. I appreciate your response. Thank you. But I hope I've also been able to make my points very clear. I'm no bigot, okay? I just don't like what I don't like. And I'm not going to be silent about it. I'm not going to accept the fact, that that this is something that should be accepted. No. I don't care who's saying we should accept it. The other day I was listening to Joe Biden and I was laughing because I went back and listened to his speech. I think that was in 2008-ish, when he was saying, then that was when they were electing Barack Obama, and they asked him categorically, do you believe in LGBT? And he said no. But today he's a bastion. He's the one carrying the flag and declaring in White House that they should celebrate it. And I've told people tend to do a lot of things when they're in politics. People tend to do a whole lot of things when they're in politics. I'm not in politics. I have no business. I have no interest in politics. I just tell people this is what I believe in. Whether you like it or not is your choice. So Kaeytlyn Hunt, this is what I believe. I'm not a bigot. I'm just telling you the way it is. Nobody should come after me and say, oh, you are a bigot. Please, I'm not. Please, I'm not a bigot. I'm just telling you that when it comes to the issue of LGBTQ+, we should say it the way it is. And I have explained, number one, at the cellular level, every one of us is either male or female. 2, your expression or your feeling of it is to you, is private to you, is your choice. But you cannot force me to accept it. So I don't feel female is not even a statement anybody should make, because I don't feel like having menstruation every month, but I do. It doesn't change the reality. The reality is that I am here, I am having my menstruation. I don't like it, but I have to deal with it. So please, you were born male or you were born female, you don't feel like it is not an argument. And then I asked those people, these conjoined babies, did they feel like being born conjoined? Is there any scientific discovery or anything to prove why they were born conjoined? Why don't we accept it as normal? If I cannot accept that conjoined twins are not normal, why should I accept that you were born gay when scientifically you can't even prove it? And some people have deceived themselves into believing that God made them that way. Which God? The same one that declared it with right from the beginning that he made them male or female. That same God? Or is there another one? And if you say, oh, I'm not a Christian, I don't believe in that. Are you black? Does your tradition, does your culture accept that? Oh, I'm not black. What are you? Okay, go back in history. At what point in time did whatever it is that your forefathers believed in accept that there are more than one? And if that is still not working for you, let's ask ourselves, are you born male, you say yes, but I'm not male. I don't feel like a male. So what do you want to identify as? Female. Oh, what defines female? Okay, why didn't you say female, feel, try to look for a word that will be in between, because people believe that they are in between. You're neither male, you're neither female, you're just in between. What is that? Define it. If you cannot define it, they'll tell you that I'm gender fluid. Oh really? You are fluid. They are neither here nor another there. In other words, you are nothing. You said you are nothing, because it means that you are what we cannot define. You are what we cannot explain. Please come. Can we call you that? Will you feel more comfortable being called? Oh please, what we cannot explain. What is your name again? Because normally you say Mr. Instead of saying Mr. James, you cannot say what we cannot explain. James, please come. Will you feel more comfortable? Don't you see that we are breeding and brooding and celebrating confusion? And that is my statement to you, Kaeytlyn Hunt. I don't hate you. I don't hate anybody. But I cannot accept that confusion. I'm sorry. Does that make me a bigot? No. If you can come out and call me a bigot, if you can come out and say, this is how I express myself, accept me like that, I also can come out and say, this is how I express myself, accept me like that. That is what I have to tell you today. That each and every one of us must try to work out solutions. Because sometimes, like I said before, a lot of these people have been sexually indoctrinated from their childhood. Sometimes, okay, what do you call a child who is being raised by two fathers, or will I say two males? Automatically, that child is going to grow up thinking that's normal. So what happens when you accost such people? What happens when you come across such people? Do you run away? Do you pretend they are not there? They have believed what they have believed. It is their reality. But we can tell them it is an aberration. And when you tell them firmly, but with love. This is an aberration. And I'm sorry that you had to grow up this way. The world has turned on its head. So many things have changed. So many things have gone gaga. So many things are no longer working the way they should. But it doesn't change the truth. Come rain, come sun, the truth is the truth. It's like when it's night, it doesn't mean that the sun is gone. It just means that the sun is facing somewhere else. The sun is there. It goes nowhere. But it's just facing somewhere else. And so that is where we are. If you believe you are born gay, that is your perception, that is your belief. But it doesn't change the fact that really you are not. And the day you stop believing that lie, the day you stop believing in that mirage and choose to focus on the truth will shine in front of you. It's right there, and it will set you free. And of course, as somebody who is spiritual, I'll tell you that there are spiritual ways or solutions to these things. It doesn't end in the spiritual, because you must deal with the mind. But sometimes we have seen situations where there are demonic influences. Where there are demonic influences, you cast out the devil. But what about where there has been indoctrination? That's in the mind. And that is where the church has not pulled its weight to deal with the issues of the mind. I mean, in Africa, where we still have somebody who is mentally disturbed, we see the person as mad, the person is crazy, the person, no. With all that we have learned, with all the education that is at our disposal, we should be able to come up with solutions. And so I always tell people, when you identify in the LGBTQ plus spectrum, call me, contact me. There is always a way out. There's a solution. So we're not just talking, we also have solutions. And it has to do with the mind. So when you need to cast out the devils, we do it. And then I hope You know, some of us have read so much. We don't believe in the supernatural. But you are not seeing the white people claiming to be Wiccans. The same white people who told you, what's that? There's no such thing. Most of them are claiming to be Wiccans now. Most of them are claiming to be all manner of new religions now. These are the same people who made you believe that believing in the supernatural means that you are not thinking logically. So if you still belong to that group, snap out of it. The supernatural is real. The spirit rules the physical. And you need to be versed in it. You need to equip yourself. And that's why in the book of Ephesians, in the Bible, it says that the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty through God to the pulling down of strongholds. There are strongholds in the minds of people. There are strongholds that are holding people bound, that have changed their perception and their reality to this falsehood. How do we help them if you are just looking at the physical? Because when you look at these professors in school, most of them are just reading theory. When it comes to the practical, most of them fail. Why? Theory is not practical. Even when you go to school and you learn something, when you begin to practicalize it, you realize that, the theory didn't capture this aspect. It didn't capture this aspect. Why? Because practical living is three-dimensional. Theory is two of it with one. It's just a line, you write it. And so there's no how that one-dimensional can capture the three-dimensional. And that's why when you're watching a movie in 3D and you put on those goggles, it's always, the experience is different. It's different. Please, you are an African. In that place where you are, you will always be an African. Yes, they may accept you. Yes, you have climbed the corporate ladder. You're doing a lot. You are still an African. And as an African, you must learn to watch out for yourself. You must protect your culture. You must protect your belief. You must protect your identity. Don't buy this Western ideology. Many of them are demonic. Hold on to your beliefs. Hold on to who you are. And if you have people who have issues with this LGBTQ+, call us. You can easily reach us on Facebook, on TikTok, on WhatsApp. My WhatsApp number is there. You can reach out to me. You can also reach out to us on what's it called, Twitter. That's X now, no longer Twitter, it's called X, but please, Twitter. Then you can reach out to us on YouTube. Anyhow, it's the same name. Let's go there, Kush. Kush stands for Black Race. Let's go there. Let's discuss the issues that are too difficult for the mainstream media to discuss. And I don't blame them. I worked there for years. There's a lot of censorship. Even on social media, there's a lot of censorship. And so you see me talking about something that's dangling in between their legs. It's not like I don't know what it is. It's just because you try to look for another word, something that I can use to describe it. Because on social media, especially on this Facebook, on Twitter, Twitter is even trying now, on Facebook, on Instagram, so much censorship. So many things that they don't want us to talk about. And yet, we speak of freedom of speech. It's really not true. It's a mirage. So that's all for today. I've responded to you, Kaeytlyn Hunt. If anybody has anything to say, please type it in our comment sections. Try as possible to reach out to us. And like I always say, every Thursday we focus on parental issues when it comes to how to deal with this comprehensive sexuality education that is being introduced into the curriculum in Nigeria. To that effect, we have a petition out there. Please sign that petition. It's time that as parents, we stand up for what we believe in. We have a petition. Please sign it. And don't just sign it. Help us to spread it. Spread it to as many parents as possible. It's real. It's happening. There's comprehensive sexuality education in schools right now. And many schools resume today. Which means that your children are going to schools that their books are already polluted, try as much as possible to sign that petition. At the end of this video, I'm going to post in the comments the particular link to that petition. Please sign it. Let's stand as one. And if you are not in the Parents Watch Initiative, join. We have a page on Facebook, and we have a group on WhatsApp. Send me a private message. I will add you to that group. And we're trying to do registration for the group now. Join. Everybody is to be a part of it. Everybody. So if you want to be a partner with it, why not? If you know people who want to partner with this so that we can sanitize our education sector, please come on board. You don't have to have all the money. We're trying to get, it's not just one person. If we can get up to 100 parents joining as trustees or whatever, as partners in the NGO, it has to be a non-profit. Please come on board. This is not the time for me. It's not my personal business. My personal business, I have other things I do. But this is just a passion. This is something I believe that the Lord has put in my heart. And if you are a parent who really care about the future, and you want to see your children grow in a wholesome, healthy environment, then please join the Parents Watch Network. I mean, we are here to help each other. My child may just end up marrying your child tomorrow. Your child may just marry the other woman's child tomorrow. Let's protect the environment our children will grow up in. Is very important. Thank you for watching today. It's been wonderful having all of you. I cannot call everybody out, but I'm going to try. Chidimad Bensi, thank you. Chooks, Annie, James, thank you. Messi O, Igor Mo, thank you. Ito and Charles, thank you. We have Emmanuel Oko watching, thank you. Victor Oriere, thank you. Joy Obude, Joy, oh my god. Joy, thank you for watching. Oh my god, that's my old schoolmate. Madam Gloria Ehinome, is always wonderful to have you. Madam Jolaoye, whoa, thank you, ma, thank you. Esosa Peters, I see you, girl. Owade Okpeyemi, thank you. Every other person that watched, those who are still going to watch, we really appreciate you. Like I said, I'm going to post the link for our petition at the end of this video, so please click on it, sign, and then help us share. We need to sanitize our education sector. We're starting small, but then the Bible says never despise the days of small beginnings. And because we are passionate about it, we believe that we are going to see the end of this thing, to ensure that even if this is our own contribution, because we keep shouting Nigeria is this, Nigeria is that, if a lot of us don't come out to make these changes, that those changes will never come. I have a friend, she's lived in the US for so many years, and she was thinking, I want to come back to Nigeria. I just told her, look babe, I really would love you to come back, but the truth is, it's not safe. She was like, yes, that's the problem. That's what I was going to say. There's no security, there's no infrastructure, so many things are upside down, and that is a complaint that a lot of them have. Many want to come home, but what are they coming home to? If those of us who are here cannot contribute ourselves to ensure that the society is what we want, a lot of people are never going to come back. And it's not because they don't want to come back, it's because we have not created that conducive environment for them to come back to. And another thing is that many of us also want to jackpot. I don't have a problem with it, it's your choice. But when you jackpot, you always remember that you want to come home. Some say, I will never come home. I laugh. When you go abroad, you understand what it means that you really want to come home at one point or the other. What are you coming home to? All the time you spent in Nigeria or in Africa, what was your contribution? Some will claim that, oh, they didn't give us that opportunity to do it. Really? Well, you have the opportunity now. Join the Parents Watch Initiative. Thank you so much. God bless you. It's been wonderful. Join us again on Thursday, 11:30 a.m. for the parents section. Thank you. Have a blessed day.